everyone, it's Julie at Grandma's Creations. Thanks for joining me again. I'm not in my sewing room today, but the gadget that I wanted to share with you is my most precious gadget, which is this. It's my Janome sewing machine, my TXL607. And I've had one of these machines, this machine for, I would say 8 years, and I love it. And I want to show you some of the features of why I love it. I've had other machines, but I am a big Janome fan. I have a Janome overlocker and a Janome embroidery machine, so I'm a big fan of Janome. So these are all the feet that come with a Janome 607. It also comes with a screwdriver, which helps you to undo these little screws here if you need to remove your needle plate to clean the machine underneath the bobbin and underneath the foot. You can do that. It also fits the little screw just there if you need to take that off, a foot off your machine, and maybe put on your darning foot, which came with it, or indeed your walking foot that I actually got with mine, my walking foot on my machine, which makes quilting a lot easier if you're working with thick fabrics. That's for another video, another day. But also I bought these extra feet here, the Teflon Foot. If you've watched my videos, you'd have seen the Teflon Foot, so I bought that extra. That's a rolled hem foot. And a tutor once told me the best thing to do with a foot, to tell you what it does, is look at the underneath. That's where all the interesting stuff is that will give you a clue what the foot is for. This one is a piping foot. So you've got two different size piping channels there. You can see the difference. And they just clip on. This one here is the invisible zip foot. Again, underneath you can see the little channels of where the zip part goes through, so that you can get as close to your invisible zip as you can to make a neat job of whatever project you're sewing. So this is the normal foot that comes with it, this one here, which is foot A. You can see that just there, and that's what you'd normally do all your straight sewing with, your normal sewing projects. And if you want to change your stitches to any sort of fancy stitches, there's loads on this machine, then it actually tells you in the computerized bit just here what foot you need. So there's lots of different modes on this machine. So if you press a mode, you'll see that's the stitch that you'll get on mode number 11. It actually tells you which foot you need. So I would need the normal A foot for that one. I put it on mode 3 and I choose a number. I would get, if I started stitching now, I would get this star shape. I'm in mode 3 and I've put number 22 of mode 3. But the important thing is I would need foot F to do that. So let's see that's foot F. So in order to get the best results with that stitch, I would need foot F attached. You can also get a 603 and a 605 Janome TXLs, and I think the added feature of a 607 particularly is you get a threader, needle threader, which is just under here that you pull down. You can see it just clicks a little hook through your needle eye and then threads your needle for you. And also a feature of this machine is the fact that it's got a little scissor button, which means if you click on that, it will cut both threads for you. So that's what I love about it. This button here means that if you are doing any sort of stitch, even if it's a straight stitch, it's like a locking stitch. So if you press that and then you were to do a normal stitch, it would lock your work in place and stop it coming apart, so that you wouldn't get this, instead of doing a forward and back stitch, really back stitch on your work. This feature, one of the features of this machine as well, is it's got a start-stop button just there. And that means that if you don't like using your foot on your machine, you can just actually use that start-stop button to stop and start your sewing. So that's a few reasons why I love my Janome TXL607. And I've recommended them to lots and lots of people. In fact, I could be on their marketing team. But yeah, and I couldn't do my sewing. My sewing wouldn't be fun if I didn't have this sewing machine. As I say, I've had other machines in the past, but this machine just makes sewing so fun. So if you'd like to know more information about this machine, or you'd like to see a video about how you thread it, how you clean it, how you put the bobbin in, I'm quite happy to do that. Please leave a comment in the comment box and subscribe and like my videos if you want to see more. So take care everybody, and see you next time.